Happy June 2015. Really quickly, just want to get into numerology really quick. So in the description box, I am going to post how to find out your personal numerology month, because I've realized this month that, well, in May, that it's really important. I definitely want to incorporate it with my videos going forward. So that being said, June is a 6 month, which is all about a focus on friends, family, relationships, to the friends and family, and your responsibilities when it comes to your friends and family and home. So huge emphasis on what responsibilities you have, nurturing those responsibilities, or over nurturing them or under nurturing them. Because this is 2017, a universal 1 year, you add that to the 6th June month, and you have a 7. And 7 is very introspective. It's about uncovering deep truths. So this month you'll probably realize that there's a relationship that you have that is either codependent, or it's because, like, when you go deeper into it, you realize that this relationship is just the same relationship that you've had in the past, but with a different person. And a lot of times you can go deep into marriage relationships and realize that you've married your mom, like my wife is literally the issues that I couldn't work out with my mom or with a parent that I've just embodied into another relationship. And this will be the month that you really start to realize that and come to terms with that. So that's what's going on for numerology in general. How numerology affects you specifically, like I said, look in the description box to figure out how to do your personal month. And then I also put what those months may mean and what you can expect. And then you can have some more control over what's going on. Like, for instance, if you have something ending or beginning this month, if you know that those endings or beginnings are coming, you're going to feel way more in control with them. For me, May, I knew that something was coming to an end. So when I felt like something had to come to an end, instead of, well, shouldn't I? I just said, nope, this is my ending for the month. So I went in and I ended it instead of just dragging it forward to the next 9 month that I receive. Okay, so it's an excellent tool to have. Astrology speaking, we are officially out of the Mercury and Venus retrograde season, out of that zone. So the haze is gone, relationships are back to normal, thinking is back to normal, communication is back to normal. And excellent news, Jupiter is going direct on June 9th, thank God. So Jupiter retrograde was just making us feel very small-minded, very limited, no room for growth or expansion, not really optimistic or expressive or or not feeling very lucky, not feeling happy-go-lucky. So June 9th, Jupiter is finally back direct, and that is on the full moon in Sagittarius. So we're getting a double whammy of optimism and expansion and creativity. Please, I urge you to enjoy it. Summer's here, and Scorpios have had quite the year so far, and with Pluto still in retrograde until September 28th, a lot of inner work and a lot of introspection. You guys need a break. Like, just have some fun. With this full moon, have some fun. The new moon in Gemini that just passed, May 25th, probably had a lot of people talking, a lot of people over-communicating, not a lot of depth, a lot of shallowness, which is difficult for the Scorpio because you guys are deep divers. Like, I know for me, my husband's a Scorpio. I know I've mentioned this every single time, but same with my dad. My dad's a Scorpio, and they don't do the small talk. Like, they don't do the small talk at all. They just don't talk. They'll just sit there and observe, and then when it's about getting deep and really, uncovering some layers, that's when you can really get deep with the Scorpio and really open up with them. So new moon in Gemini brought a lot of shallow talk, which was probably really frustrating for you guys as deep divers. But the good thing about that is you were able to really see people's true motivators because they were over communicating. And as a Scorpio, you guys are very probing. So as you're hearing all this chatter, but you know that there actually is some depth and content to what people are saying. So you probably gained a lot of information during that May 25th new moon from your relationships. Okay, so that is astrology and numerology. And now we are going to get started with the tarot. So I'm going to give this a quick shuffle just to see what's going on with Scorpios for June 2015. Scorpio, June 2015. So something definitely is trying to come out for you guys. Something's trying to happen. Maybe too much control, not enough flow. June 2015 for Scorpio, please. Scorpio. Too much bashing of heads, not enough flow so far. June 2015. Scorpio, please. Okay. Scorpios, June 2015. Scorpio, June 2015. Okay. This feels good. Scorpios, June 2015. Okay. So something happened that was painful, that really kind of knocked you off your feet. It was something that was related to your power, whether or not it was something that you built for yourself that didn't work out the way that you expected it. Although it's still doing really well emotionally, you're really happy, there's still a lot of that pain from that lost opportunity, that lost advantage. And I think it's just stemming from embarrassment. You either said something or you created this situation in your head that was bigger than what actually happened. You put a lot of hope and prayer out there. The thing with it is that it came from a financial worried place. It was almost like, I got to build this for myself or else I'm doomed, or else we don't have the security, we don't have this, we don't have the power. It was with good intentions, but we were just too immature when it came to how to really properly manifest something. So now there's a lot of pain, a lot of heartbreak when it comes to the situation because we're too focused on this lost opportunity instead of realizing that we still have other opportunities and a lot of good in our life that we can move towards. It might not be easy to let go of this missed opportunity because we're so focused on it, of what was lost, of what was shed. But at the end of the day, you did it with good intentions. At the end of the day, you did it for one aim, and that was just happiness, happy family, happy emotionally. But because it came from a worry, I'm worried that we won't be this, that's exactly what manifested. And it's just because you didn't have a firm grasp on the proper manifestation process. So properly manifesting something has to come from a positive space. It can't come from a place of financial lack and worry, because that's exactly what you're gonna give to it. The end goal might be positive, but it's starting off on faulty grounds. So that's created a lot of pain, a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of embarrassment when it comes to feeling like that chip on your shoulder is finally being removed. It's almost like people were looking at you with so much pride when you manifested this opportunity, but because it was coming from a place of lack that was stripped away from you, there was no foundational bearing for it. And unfortunately, something has changed that's created some animosity internally, okay? So that's what's going on with the theme. I'm just going to lay these out here. You fought for this opportunity too, but it was something that was going to come no matter what, that you really didn't need to fight for. And you didn't have to put the people that you care about through the pain of watching you struggle to get this thing. And that's really why everybody and you are feeling this heartbreak. It's because of how much crap was dealt with to get this opportunity. You put so much blood, sweat, and tears into it that you neglected the relationships that you had. You neglected what you already had. So now, of course, you have more to cry about than you have to rejoice for, because you put so much stake and stock into getting to this place with the hopes that you would end up in this happy spot. The only problem is, like I said, is that it was a faulty foundation. It wasn't coming. It has to start with this. Okay? It has to start with this, not with this. So realize what you have to build up in order to get here. Start your manifestation from here, not from here. This shouldn't be the end goal. This should be what's already in your mind. You should already be feeling completely appreciative and abundant before you start to manifest. And manifesting an opportunity shouldn't be out of fear of lack. Manifesting an opportunity is because you have so much to offer that it's only going to propel and butterfly effect into more positive things. Yeah, this is something that would be great. It'd be great to manifest this opportunity so that you didn't have this, but this is a byproduct. This isn't the end goal. The end goal is this right here, but it has to start with that. Does that make any sense? Because yeah, there's some pain here. There's some pain, and it's just because of this missed opportunity, and it's time to just move on from that emotionally. It didn't work out how you expected to. MoveOn.com. It's just time to be like, okay, now going forward, I know that I can't be making these decisions based on the fear that I'm going to be destitute. I can't base a decision on the fact that I might have to be a charity case to my family and friends. It has to come from a place of optimism, positivity, creativity, and abundance. That's the only way it's going to be a positive outcome. Okay, so that's the theme. Okay. Okay, so everything changes. Good luck is coming in. Everything changes. That's what it is. If you have the courage to move on, you got some changes coming in, and they're a good one. It's going to feel like you won the freaking lottery. It's going to feel really good. You have tons of opportunities. I don't know why you're so upset about this one missed one, because there are so many opportunities for your empowerment this month and this year in general. Scorpios are on fire. The Pluto retrograde is really allowing you guys to look inward, to do what you do best, kill yourself, and then, not kill you, oh, that sounds so morbid. Kill your old self, rise from your ashes like the phoenix, and empower yourself. Tons of opportunities. These opportunities are going to feel like a burden, though. It could feel like, what do I choose? I have too much to lose. I have too much to offer. I have too much. Too much is never a bad thing. It's only how you perceive it, right? So find out what those opportunities are, because everything changes. So that's an obstacle and an aid. These opportunities are an obstacle and an aid. Below the surface, you know that something is being revealed to you. You know that you're doing a lot of inner work that is revealing a lot of stuff. You're purging. You are totally purging emotionally. You're realizing a lot of crap from the past, from your childhood. Your inner child is speaking to you. Subconsciously, your dreams are giving you a lot of information. These are your pillars. This is the foundation that I'm talking about. This foundation of lack. It's coming from somewhere not within yourself. It's coming from somewhere, either a past ancestor was really destitute, homeless, or a past family member. Something from your past that isn't even your karmic bond, is just from your relationships to somebody who had this bad experience, is not the proper framework to manifest forward. So the best thing to do is just forgive yourself for any wrongdoings in this life or any past lifetimes. Forgive your family members and your ancestors for any wrongdoings that they've done in this lifetime or a past lifetime, and just clear it. A lot of the times we are running on auto drive, on autopilot. It's all based on, our conditioning. If mom and dad fought a lot about money, it's going to come natural that as soon as money is brought up with your current spouse, you're going to start fighting, because that's how mom and dad mirrored a relationship. That's what they showed you marriage is. So it's not actually yours. It's not yours. Don't own it. Let go of it. Release it. That's subconsciously. You're thinking that you want to start something new. You definitely want to start something new. But it's almost like, where is it coming from? If it's coming from an egotistical place where you want to prove that you're the best, you want to prove to others that, You know, you're still the golden one. That's also another bad motivator for manifestation. It's a bad foundation for manifesting. If it's just to be the best, if it's just to have the best, then that's still coming from a fear of lack. Fear of lacking being the best. It's got to come from here. It's got to come from a happy place. So that could be your new thought process. Now that you've been warned that new thoughts are coming in, change it to this. Change it to the fact that you are so blessed, that you already are the best. You are your best version every day. Every day is a new opportunity to be even better than you were yesterday. Not better than who that person was yesterday. It's not a competition. It's not a race. I'm telling my nephew that constantly. He's, well, I'm better at this. I'm better at that. Everybody, there's always going to be somebody who's better at you at something, and there's always going to be somebody who's worse at you than something. So it's really about acknowledging the fact that you've come a long way. Look at you. You were completely authoritative. You were completely empowered. You were completely reinventing yourself. It's there. This is you. This is you, Scorpio. You're awesome. You're bomb. You're good to go. You have all this. What do you want? What do you want for you? Time to really think about that. And what you want, is it for you? Or is it just to show people that you're already this? If you're already this, you don't need to prove it to anyone. You don't need to show people that you're happy. You just have to be happy. See what I'm saying? Something that would have just passed. Someone taking from you. Taking your freedom. You want these changes, but you're putting it in somebody else's hands. You want to grow. You want to expand. You want some chaos, some adventure, some unpredictability in your life, but you've completely put the power into somebody else's hands, saying, I can't do that because that person, blah, 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 blah. This is all swords. Got tons of swords, tons of pentacles, tons of wands. This is all thought. This is all thought process. You right now are confused. You know that something's missing. You're bored. You know that something's missing in your life. Is it this missed opportunity? I'm curious as to what it was. I know what my husband's missed opportunity was. He finally manifested this incredible job, and it ended up being worse for his career than he had originally anticipated. So now he's completely lethargic when it comes to that career option. Even though it's still an incredible option, he's incredibly lethargic about it. The spontaneity of it, the creativity, the hype, the optimism surrounding it is just, it's fizzled out. It's not as exciting anymore because it's not so much of a challenge anymore. He got it. He sees what it is. Now what? On to the next. That's also the ego. The ego is constantly waiting for the next thing. When I get this, I'll be happy. When I get that, I'll be happy. So the ego will constantly you'll get to those places, but you're so focused on what's next that you don't even acknowledge where you're at. And that's a sad life because, you know, you constantly go, and then you're dead. Like, when are you just, and I've asked my husband that, retirement, he said, when I'm retired. When you're retired. When you're retired is when you're going to let your life begin. I'm not waiting that long. Like, I'm trying to live now. Like, we're only promised today. Family and friends are putting a lot of energy out. They really want you to contact them. They really want you to acknowledge them. You're going in overdrive, focusing on all this. That are your family and friends getting the proper attention? Are they getting the attention that they need to manifest their goals? Your family and friends are what's going to get you here. That's not a singular person. That's a family of people all happy together. Your family and friends are reaching out to you. Come on, Scorpio, let's have fun. Let's be like this. Let's make a change that we're like this. They're asking for it. But poor Scorpio is just here. Sorry, can't. I don't want to meet up with you because I'm just going to be complaining about my finances, and I don't want you to think that it's me crying for help for charity. But your family and friends, they just want to be a part of your life. They want to be a part of the good and the bad. Let them in. Hope and fear. Hope and fear. Is there this person that you feel is contributing? If it is a female, are you hoping that they get their crap together? They get their finances situated, because then maybe you won't be so stressed about finances, because once they get theirs, you could be happy. This is a hope and a fear. You want this person to focus on their finances, but you fear it as well, because if you're both focused on finances, where's the fun? Where's the love? Where's the adventure? Where's the freedom? So you want this person to get focused, but you know that once they do, a lot's going to change. A lot's going to change. They're taking up a lot of your headspace. You're really it's weird. Scorpios are all about like power control. There's a lot of power struggles. So it's weird. Sometimes they'll dominate assertiveness over a person, but then in their mind, they'll be giving them their power away. You know, as much as they're this aura of control and power, they still allow other people to affect them. Well, when this person gets their crap together, then I can finally be back in control. You're giving your power away to this person. 100%. This is me when it comes to the spread for my husband. This is totally me. Because I don't have a job right now. And that's frustrating. But it's hope and fear. Because there's other things that this person can offer besides just that that paycheck that makes it seem like everything's okay. It's just a number. If you have clothes on your back, food in your belly, roof over your head, you're okay. I was just reading this quote. It was a Buddhist that said it. He's like, no matter the car, it's still the same road. No matter the clothes, it's still the same body. Like, it doesn't matter how you dress something up. It's still the same thing. Like, still getting what you want. If you have food in your belly, it might not be caviar, but you're fed. If you have clothes on your back, it might not be, I don't even know what's like a expensive brand, but you're still clothed. Like, you have all these things. It's just not to what you would want. You want that bigger, that better, but it's just your own thoughts here. The outcome is that it's really time to take some time. Something needs to come to an end, because it's really time to take some time back. You're putting out a lot of energy. Like I said, family and friends are like, give me attention, I need it. You're putting out a lot of energy in an area that needs a pause. It needs a pause. I was just watching the Quietest Revolution's Scorpio video for last month, and it's true. My husband planted the seeds and then didn't even wait for it to grow. Like, just, didn't happen fast enough, so I'm moving on. Okay, so it's time to just rest on it. Take a pause. So that's all I have for Scorpios. Oh, sorry, that's not true. I have an indigo card for you guys. Indigo, Scorpio, indigo, Scorpio. Okay, I'm going to have to pull one. Divine purpose. Looking further into yourself to realize that, all this stuff, the finances, the material stability, that security, there's more. There's more out there. Your divine purpose there's no way that your divine purpose is to get a high salary job. Unless you're gonna, donate all that like Bill Gates, he's a Scorpio. There's no way that your divine purpose is literally just to be better than the person who has what you think you want. I hope I'm not too harsh on you guys. Maybe because, I feel like I am talking to my husband whenever I read for Scorpios. I feel like maybe I can be a little bit harsher, but I truly love the Scorpios in my life. I'm envious of the fact that Scorpios have the depth that I wish that I had. Scorpios really invoke a lot of envy in a lot of people. I see Scorpios getting hate that's under the level. So, not so much hate to their face, because nobody would ever dare get a Scorpio angry, but a lot of hate from outside, like zooming in, because they know that they have something to envy. They know that. So people are looking at you with so much envy. So much envy. So what's the point of you guys looking out with wanting more? Because there are people who would literally die to have your lives, to switch with you guys. Like I said, I have a lot of Scorpios around me, and a lot of them, there's tons of people that would trade places with them. 100%. Now that I'm thinking about it, holy crap, there's every Scorpio in my life, I would love to live their lives for even a day, because there's things that Scorpios have that no other, especially me as a Libra, I love the fact that my husband just has this demeanor where people just don't mess with him. They do not screw with him. He has that look on his face like, you do not want to get on my bad side, so people respect that. They might go home and send mad hate and be like, well, that person, blah, 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 they have everything, blah, 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 blah. They might send mad hate, but if you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong. That's just the world that we live in. It's very competitive, very comparative, but you guys are on top. You guys are totally on top. So please do us all a favor and embrace that, because it's so silly for us to be all gung-ho on the Scorpios. Scorpios have it made. Scorpios are set, and you guys aren't even happy with what you have. Because if we're envying that goal and you guys aren't even happy there, it makes me think of, I just watched this documentary called Embrace on Netflix, which was life-changing. And she was saying that she worked so hard to get that body. And when she finally got that body, she was in a show, and she's walking around the changing room, and everybody's criticizing their body parts. Well, I won that competition, but I really want to take a little bit off here. And she just realized, she's like, if they're not happy, what am I working towards? So people want to use you as an example of what to work, as a goal to work toward. But if you guys aren't happy where you are, you're not uplifting other people. You're not propelling them forward, because yeah, you might seem like you have it all, but they're not happy. I literally use my Moon and Scorpio friends to be like, yeah, they have it all, but they're not happy, so why do I want that? And then it really does, I don't want to put blame on them, but it really does screw up my whole understanding of, well, that person has an amazing job, they're making $100K a year, but they're not happy, so why would I even want to get to that point? So I'm just urging you guys, as Scorpios, be happy with what you have, because it's a lot, and people want to envy you so that they can work harder toward their goals. So just be happy with what you have. That's my advice. And the Indigo card, did I read that for you guys? Yes, Divine Purpose. Okay, that's your Divine Purpose. Hope you have an amazing June. I will see you in July. Love you guys. Bye.